All right, so Miss Lindsey, we are now ready. We thank you so much for joining us today. We are here. I've got a room full here at Velma Jackson.
Hey, y'all.
And we also being joined by Kathy Evans at Ridgeland High School and Keith Chadwick at Germantown High School. And if I have any questions from them, I will also pass those along. And this will be seen by all of our seniors in Madison County Schools. So we appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Okay, so do I have the capability to screen share?
You do.
Okay, perfect. Let's see if I can get this going. Okay. You should see a QR code on your screen. Can you see that?
Everybody sees it?
Okay, great. So I just want to say hello and thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to represent Holmes Community College and share the information about Holmes and who we are and how we can benefit your students and you as a student. We hope that we will definitely be on your choice list for any upcoming visits or of course admissions after you graduate. So if you're allowed to, or if you are near a computer, what we have done is made our at-a-glance recruiting material available online, and it's actually an interactive document now. So as we scroll through the interactive at-a-glance, you will actually be able to click on academic and career tech programs that are of interest to you. You can interact with us by sending your information. So if you are allowed, of course, ask permission first, but if you are allowed to pull out your phone, you can scan this QR code, and I'll wait a second so you have the opportunity to do so. And this is going to take you to our interactive at-a-glance. So if we were able to be face-to-face, or if you were joining us for a college fair or a campus tour, this is the document that we would send to you. So I'm going to give you all a second to scan this QR code, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it works for you. Got it?
Is it working for everybody? Okay, yeah, it is working for everybody. They're all scanning it and getting on the phone.
Yay! Okay, well then I'm going to go ahead and hop on and see if I can open up the link. Okay. So if you're on your phone, it's a very user-friendly document. You should be able to swipe and that will take you to the next page. And you can also use your fingers to zoom in and zoom out. So what I want to do is just cover this with you. Again, you can access this on our Holmes website by going to homecc.edu for those who are joining us later for this presentation, and simply search recruiting, and you will see a link to download and participate with the interactive document. And of course, we encourage you to stop by your counseling center offices. We will be dropping these off so that you can have one in your hands if that's your preferred method of viewing the college. So I want you to go ahead and scroll on to the next page. So page 2 and page 3. So just to give you an overview, if you're not familiar with Holmes, we have 3 locations that students can choose from. That's going to be our Goodman location, which if you see this beautiful image in the middle with the bridge over the water, that is our main campus in Goodman. That's where we have our campus housing, as well as majority of our performing arts groups and our athletic groups. So if you were a student who is looking to have the on-campus living experience, this is a great option for you. And then we also have our Ridgeland location, which is where I'm based. If you're familiar with the area, we're right across from Renaissance Shopping Center in the heart of Madison and Ridgeland. So we are a commuter campus. So if you are looking to possibly stay at home or to be a commuter student by maybe getting an apartment complex, or if you know someone in the area, then you can simply commute back and forth, since we on this campus do not have campus housing. And then we have our Grenada campus, which is located in Grenada, Mississippi, and they are a smaller commuter campus as well. They do not offer housing, but they offer wonderful experiences. So all across our district, every campus is going to be able to provide something for everybody, as well as particular career technical programs, which I'll get into in a little bit. But I want to notice right here, this is all of the content that you can find. So I just want to kind of show you an example. Let's say you're really interested in tuition and fees. You can click on this link. It'll take you to right where you need to go. Okay.
Don't see your link. I just still see the QR code.
You still see the QR code?
Yeah, I always see the QR code.
Oh no. Okay, let me see if I can make this viewable. Just 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Sure. Oh, sure. Take your time.
Why it's not showing? So you're seeing this right here, right?
I see the QR code, and they were all able to put that on their phone.
Okay. Let's see. Do you see that? The at a glance now? Find your way?
I just saw you click on it, but it has not opened.
Oh gosh.
I see the https://ind.adobe.com.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure why that's not showing. But y'all can see it on your phones, correct?
Everybody see what she's talking about on the phone, correct? Yeah, they all see. Yeah, they were all able to scan it. They all see it on the phone.
A little bit of technical difficulties.
That's fine. We're all learning together here.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it must not. YouTube, or excuse me, Zoom must not be noticing the Adobe. Still nothing, huh?
Yeah, we got nothing. I saw you click on it, and I saw a menu bar, but I didn't see anything change. There we go. I got find your way.
Okay. Now, which one are you seeing, I wonder? Because I have them both up on my screen.
I see Holmes CC at a glance, 21, 22. Find
Okay.
your way. All right. I just saw you turn the page.
All right.
All right. Now we got it. All right.
I know what I did. So next time if that happens, hopefully that won't happen again. Okay, so now you can see this. Thank you so much for your patience. Okay, great. So as I was saying, we do offer Goodman, Ridgeland, and Grenada as the campus to choose from. And that's what I was referencing as the picture here that you see in the middle. That is going to be our Goodman location. So, and then over here is the menu option that I was referring to. So let's say you would like to jump around, but I would encourage you to kind of stay on task with the presentation just so we don't get too ahead. But you're able to bounce around if you are individually looking at this. Maybe you take it home and you're glancing over it with your parents or your friends. You can click on any of these links that are of interest to you and view that information. Okay, and we should see choose your pathway, page 4 and 5. Perfect. Okay, so if you're looking to start off at a community college, hopefully Holmes again would be an option for you. Just know that you can start your education without having to go straight off to university. While there is absolutely nothing wrong with going straight off to a university, we want you to know that you have the option to start small at a community college. And you can come in as a general college studies major, which you will see is listed. And you should be able to click on any of these links and it'll take you to that particular program and the courses that you would be required to take your first year. And it'll break it down by your first and second semester, your second year, and your third and fourth semester. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a background of why some students choose community college, we're right in your back door for the most part. And this is also a great way to take some of the pressure off of having to figure out exactly what you want to major in, exactly what university is the best fit for you at this particular time in your educational career, because we know that there are extensive amount of academic programs that you can choose from, as well as career tech. And you may not know exactly what it is that you want to do right now, and that is completely okay. And if you do know exactly what it is that you want to go and study and where you want to go at a university to get your degree, consider starting a little bit smaller at a community college. We're going to help you get your basics knocked out. So that might look like English Comp 1, Comp 2, general college algebra, some of your electives, so we can kind of get our feet wet. And if you don't know what you want to do, we can start marking off the list and figure out what it is that you're not interested in and move forward from there. We have a lot of students who will, at some point during their time at Holmes, they might have a light bulb click and they're like, that's exactly what I would like to go into as a major. And this was not even on my radar as a senior in high school. And that is so common. So by starting off at a community college, you are pretty much like giving yourself an extra year or 2 years to figure out what that path is going to look like for you. And if you're telling me, Miss Lindsey, I 100% hands down know exactly what it is that I want to do, still give us a shot to get you started, because a lot of times, and this is very common, you change your mind. And that's exactly what this time period in your life should be about, to be able to make that switch. Or if you, again, know exactly what it is, let's dive deeper. Now, where are you going to transfer to? Who's going to offer the best scholarships? And we're going to get into transfer scholarships when we get to that section. So academically, we've got you covered. We can definitely help you start getting those pathways going. And then we've also got these career technical options over here. You'll see health sciences, industrial studies, professional studies. These are big umbrellas within the career tech pathways. So what is career tech? It's an awesome way to go ahead and get a certification or an Associates of Applied Science degree, and it sends you straight out into the workforce. So if you're somebody who is really not just loving the idea of investing in a 4-year university, there's nothing wrong with that. There are several people who go out and do 1 to 2 year programs and go out into the workforce and do very, very well for themselves without going the 4-year route or longer. So these could be anything from cosmetology to welding. We are excited that we are offering some new programs like massage therapy. Another one is culinary arts. So if you are really someone who has a creative mind and likes to get in there and do hands-on activities, these career tech pathways are a wonderful option.
Yeah, and with the culinary arts at Ridgeland High School, for those of us watching from Ridgeland now and those watching later, I'm sure there's a great partnership with the Culinary Academy on campus at Ridgeland High that carries over to the Holmes Community College Ridgeland campus, which is a great opportunity to springboard into that field.
Absolutely, absolutely. So again, these are colorful programs that you can go in and start doing exactly what you would be doing in that profession. Healthcare assistant, you're going to be getting hands-on experience. Emergency medical services with the basic and the critical care and the paramedic. You're not going to be sitting in a classroom the whole time. You are going to be in the ambulance that's in our parking lot, practicing the scenarios. You'll be working in the labs that are set up like a living room where an emergency situation might happen. And then you'll move to a room that's set up like a hospital and learn how to react in those intense critical situations. So if you're looking for that kind of experience, definitely consider some of our career tech pathways.
Absolutely.
Okay, so along with academic and career tech, as far as applying to any of these programs, we've provided to you on this page a checklist. So if you are interested in checking us out, we would love for you to do that. You can schedule a campus tour and you will see that we have all of our recruiters listed over here. Miss Leslie Spell is on the Goodman campus, Miss Danoon is in Grenada, and of course I will be your recruiter for the Ridgeland location. You can schedule a tour anytime Monday through Friday. However, we don't recommend a Friday because we don't have Friday classes at Holmes. So we will, of course, accommodate you if that's the only day that you can attend campus, but we encourage you to come sometime early or mid-morning just so you can see the most campus activity as far as students attending classes and switching classes. But again, no Friday classes, so that's a plus for you guys.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, and I've said this before, if they are on an official college visit with Holmes Community College, y'all can't provide an excuse, and that would be an excused absence for Madison County Schools. So you'd have an excused absence while you were visiting their campus.
Absolutely. And we'll send you with a school excuse, a t-shirt, and hopefully a few new friends from your tour guides on campus. So we'll have a good time. But definitely go ahead and check out how to submit an application. Ours is no charge. So you can do that hopefully by the end of next week, if not by the end of September. So you can just click on enroll now anywhere on our website and submit that application. It's quite easy. And just know that with Holmes, if you're a senior who's getting ready to graduate, we do not require your high school transcripts until you have officially completed your senior year. So that takes a little bit of pressure off of you. So the big things that we need from you is a admissions application. Our orientation is all virtual. And then we would need your ACT scores or some type of test scores. If you have not taken the ACT, I highly encourage you to do so.
Well, all of Madison County School seniors are taking it October 5th.
All right, October 5th?
All 4 high schools will be taking it October 5th.
Awesome. Y'all will do great. Okay. So you can choose to send those to us when you're completing the ACT test. It'll give you an option to choose some institutions to send those scores to. Please send them our way. So that way we can go ahead and have those in the system. Okay. And if you are interested in applying for housing, you will see that there is a live link here where you can apply. And then also, enroll. Again, we have an interactive enrollment tool. It'll tell you every single step you're missing and what you've already accomplished. So you can check this at any moment in time and say, I wonder if they got our ACT scores in. You can simply make an account, complete your application, and check and see if we've received your ACT scores. So it's very easy to work with. And of course, you can always call us if you have questions. And then we have a link here. If y'all want to click on this, this is just so we can send you information about Holmes. If we were face-to-face, I'd hand you an information card, but this is just even better. You can shoot this to us. We're not going to call you all the time. This is just so we can send you important information about scholarships when the application comes out. Anything that you need to know, we will send your way. So if you click on this, it'll take you to a short form. Go ahead and fill that out, or if you want to wait till the end of the presentation, you can do that as well. All right, so we're going to move on through this recruitment book. So we know that when it comes to your tuition, your dollars count, right? And we want to make the most of your education. And when I say this, guys, your education at Holmes is going to be the same exact quality education that you would find at a four-year university. Our instructors have been with us for years, and they do a wonderful job of making sure that our students are prepared before they transfer on or go out into the workforce. But you'll see that our tuition cost is very affordable. If you've done any kind of shopping with any of the four-year universities or any other program out there, we are extremely competitive with our tuition rates. So you'll see it broken down by part-time students as well as full-time students. So our full-time students are considered 15 hours or more enrolled in order to meet the requirements for the full-time tuition or the scholarships, which you see is on the next page right next to it. So if you are interested in any of our scholarships, most of them are going to be ACT based, and I'm going to zoom in on this document because this is important, right? It's all important, but money talks. So at Holmes, and some of you may already know this, and I am looking at the Dean's Scholarship right here. So if you have a 20 or above on your overall ACT score, which means you would have to have a set of ACT scores that has your composite listed as a 20, not your average composite, but an overall composite on a test set. That makes you eligible for the Dean's Scholarship, which covers the cost of tuition, you guys. Tuition is covered. So it is automatically awarded. You just need to make sure you're enrolled at full-time 15 hours or more and keep a 3.0 GPA while you're enrolled at Holmes. And we will cover the cost of that tuition. If you have a 24 to a 27 on your overall ACT, that makes you eligible for the President's Scholarship, which is going to cover half tuition, room, and board. So if you are a student going to the Goodman campus, this is when your ACT score is going to start helping you cover the cost of room and board. And then if you have a 28 or above, that makes you eligible for the Board of Trustees, which covers room, board, and tuition. Okay. Okay. We've also got some foundation scholarships, you guys. These are going to be open in January, and it's just as simple as clicking right here to apply. In January, they will become available, and I believe they run through May 1st. So you can apply to these foundation scholarships. It just asks you a few questions. It's not even an essay-based scholarship program. You send us some information, and they will award those once the end of the year starts to wrap up before graduation. And then we have performing scholarships as well as athletic scholarships. So if you are someone who is interested in cheer, band, soccer, football, basketball, baseball, which we'll see all those listed in this document as well, I would encourage you to go ahead and start contacting those departments now and get information about audition dates, tryout dates, scholarship opportunities. Those are all awarded through those departments, and we would hate to see you miss out. So even if you are not 100% sure that you want to come to Holmes, but we're on your list, it's not too late to do that. And I would encourage you to do that, because in the event you do choose to join us, we would like for you to already have that lined up and not wait till the very end when there may not be that opportunity or you've missed those deadlines. So if you were at all interested, or if you need help contacting any of these departments, you can contact any of the recruiters' information that you see listed on the previous page, and we would love to help you get in touch with those coaches or those departments. We also encourage you, I'm sure you've heard it, you have to FAFSA, right? So if you haven't completed the FAFSA application, go ahead and do that. We know that you have several people who are supporting this and pushing it. So if you are at all interested in submitting the FAFSA applications or the ILM tag, definitely go ahead and do that so that you're also not missing any of those deadlines.
Doing that in class here in the next couple of weeks.
Great, great. Perfect. Okay, so even though we are a community college and a commuter campus and our main campus located in Goodman, we still like to have fun outside of academics and career tech. So you'll see a list of all of our student organizations. We believe that the students are the heartbeat of our campus. And so we want our students to get involved, to form new friendships, to gain new experiences, and we feel like that's best done through student organizations. And so we make sure that we have a growing list of ways that students can get involved. That could be anything from creative arts club to the Student Government Association to our STEM organizations on each campus. And you'll see out to the side a grid that indicates where that campus is currently hosting that particular organization. But one that I want to focus on is Phi Theta Kappa. If you have not heard of Phi Theta Kappa, that is an international organization that is only accessible through community colleges. So as a community college, in order to gain access, you have to have a 3.5 GPA. So at any point you get a 3.5 GPA, you're invited to join Phi Theta Kappa. You pay a one-time membership fee, and then you have to maintain a 3.0 to keep that membership. Okay, that's great, but what is Phi Theta Kappa, right? So it is an international organization that hosts all of the universities, right, internationally, okay? And they set up scholarships for students who are transferring from community colleges. So let's say you're at Holmes for 2 years and you're getting ready to bolt off to that university. You would then have access to scholarships that are established by that university. So they are all of that scholarship dollar amount is set up by that university. So we give you the door opening to get there, and the university would then recognize those scholarships. They can be in-state universities, they can be out of state. So especially if you're someone looking to go out of state, this could definitely help curb the cost of any out-of-state tuition that you might run into. And again, this is one of those organizations, what you put in is what you get out of it. So if you just want to be a Phi Theta Kappa member, and focus on your academics, which is that's your number one priority as a PTK member. Go to class and keep up your grades. That's totally perfect. If you want to be an officer, you can be an officer on any of our campuses with the officer team. Now, if you're an officer, you might be looking at more scholarship opportunities down the road. They do compete on an international level. They participate in international convention. So there would be some travel involved with that, but along with that comes some hard work. So work hard and play hard, right? But that's an opportunity for you as well. So if I could encourage any of you to get involved in any of these, definitely make sure you check out PTK. It is one of those things where as long as you're doing exactly what you need to in the classroom, PTK is going to reap the most benefits. If you are not thinking about transferring to a four-year university and possibly pursuing a career technical program, the PTK would be a great reference letter. They do reference letters for any type of interviews, or if you are looking for someone to just, add to your resume, a bullet point to add to your resume, this is a great one as well. Okay, so we encourage you to get involved. And then, of course, I mentioned that we have several athletic organizations, which you can see listed right here. And if you're interested in more information from any of those coaches, please feel free to reach out and we'll definitely get you that information. So in addition to academic and career tech, we also have workforce training programs. These are for non-academic credit. And one that I will use as an example is I'm looking for right here, I'll zoom in on it, is the electrical lineman program. They're all wonderful, but I'm going to use this one as an example because I feel like coming off of Hurricane Ida, this is a great example to use. So these men and women train to essentially restore power to areas that have been hard hit or are experiencing growth, and towns are popping up and residential areas are popping up. So these are those folks who go out and make sure that we have the luxuries of air conditioning, our beloved Wi-Fi, the ability to hop on and look at these types of programs through a Zoom call, right? So we all love our electricity, and this is the program that we train those folks to go and do. And you'll see it's only a 16-week program. So it's very short. So the short time that you're investing is going to lead you to a wonderful career that is extremely high paying. Okay. And again, we have other, examples of this, the concrete mixing, the project management. So again, these are for non-academic credit. So you're not necessarily going to come out of these programs with a college transcript. These are designed to be immediately out into the workforce, even shorter than those one-year programs. And I will tell you, these are definitely not programs to easily pass over. They do provide some great opportunities for folks. So even if you wanted to do academic or career tech and tag on a workforce program so you could be working or have the opportunity to circle back around to that, you absolutely could.
Now on the professional truck driver, because we got a couple here interested in that, does that provide the CDL at completion?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, and that's a great one to go into as well. So if you haven't already, this next page talks a little bit about our dual enrollment, dual credit opportunities. And I'm sure you've heard of this. So if you haven't already joined us for dual enrollment, dual credit opportunities, we would love for you to consider that if it fits into your schedule.
We have a few that are doing that are here right now.
Perfect. And I hope those classes are going well. So we would love for you to maybe get a head start if that's something you're interested in. Not everybody chooses to do that, and that is a-okay. But if you are taking those dual enrollment credit hours, just know that that will count towards your freshman year in trying to meet PTK eligibility. So we'll look at those as well. And right here at the very top, I kind of skipped over it, our e-learning section. So we do offer online classes. We offer face-to-face classes, and we offer hybrid courses, which is kind of a mix of both face-to-face and online. So we feel like we offer several courses in different formats. We offer first 8-week classes, second 8-week classes, full-term classes, 4-week classes. So if you're trying to get a class and fit it in your schedule, we got you right there. Okay, and then this last page is some contact information. So if you ever want to reach out to any of us here at Holmes, we would love for you to do so. We have our social media handles as well. And again, we just encourage you to keep us on your list of places to check out and schedule a tour, and let us know if you have any questions about Holmes.
Yeah, we do have some questions here that they have, and I have a few myself.
Okay, great.
One thing you did talk about is about the transfers. Can you
Mhm.
talk a little bit about because I think this is something that's a misnomer with a lot of students, is that you guys have a great relationship with the four-year universities.
Mhm.
And if somebody wants to major in a certain field, it's you guys' job. Y'all are going to know what those four-year universities are going to need. And if that's their goal, y'all's job is to get them there, right?
Absolutely. I'm glad you bring that up. So we do have a great relationship with the four-year universities, and our credits being transferable to those universities. The way that we advise our students, which is very unique and it's very effective, is that our students meet with an academic advisor every semester. And it's not just any advisor. If you're someone who's going into elementary education, you will meet with an elementary education advisor. That advisor is very in tune to the requirements that particular university is going to need. So what that advisor will do, and you'll work with them, is to find out the courses that you can take that university would require of your freshman and sophomore year, and we'll make sure we're on track. So when you get ready to transfer those credits, you pick up right where you left off at Holmes.
Yeah, and that's great. And I know we'd have this question as well, just for anybody watching this later too. What about people that want to take summer courses to transfer as a non-degree student? So can you talk a little bit about how that works?
Yes. So are you referring to the dual credit courses?
No. Let's say they're going to enter Ole Miss as a freshman, or enter Mississippi State as a freshman, but they want to take some summer courses as a non-degree student to save some money on tuition.
Yes.
Yeah. So how all would that work?
Absolutely. So we do offer a June session and a July session of summer school courses. So if you wanted to participate in AMP1 in June, just as an example, AMP1 in June and AMP2 in July, you would essentially have that knocked out. You would just send your Holmes your Holmes transcripts to that university. You don't have to do June and July. It's just, of course, your summer schedule. And if you have any travels or graduation trips planned, you would want to work around that. And then we do have some courses that meet the full term. So if you're a student who would prefer to maybe have a little bit of a slower pace and go through June and July, you can do that as well. We offer online courses. So that tuition for summer is going to be priced by credit hour, which if we go back to our tuition and fees page, you will see how we price that by hour. And then of course your books on top of that.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, but we would love for you to join us for summer, if not the fall term. But we do have a special day that typically takes place in April. It's called Freshman Friday, and we're hoping that will still be an event on deck for us. Trying to work through the pandemic, and of course having a safe registration environment. But that is called Freshman Friday, and you'll get to come to campus and register for summer and fall classes before you even graduate. So if you are, thinking about Holmes, and I showed you how to go and sign up for receiving information, you will definitely want to go ahead and send us that 411 card that we talked about, so that we can send you any updates about Freshman Friday. That you'll have to go and sign up for it. So we'll want to make sure that we have your information so that you can know about it.
Yeah, and the last one I have before I get to their questions is, I'm glad you hit on the ACT scholarships, because they are so sick of practicing the ACT and going over the ACT. I think I can speak for the Madison Central, Ridgeland, and Germantown kids as well on that same sentiment. But what you showed us, those scholarships not only apply to the academic, but they also apply to the career and technical, correct?
Absolutely. So that scholarship is valid for up to 5 semesters here at Holmes. And you guys, when I tell you, I still kind of have to pinch myself when it comes to our ACT scholarships. This is not a first-time freshman scholarship. If you are not at that 20 yet, and we know that you can do it, At any point while you're enrolled at Holmes and you do retake the ACT and you get a 20 on that ACT, as long as you have a 3.0 GPA at Holmes, we will award that scholarship to you the next semester, which is mind blowing. So, and again, you talk about career tech. Let's say you enroll with us as a chemistry major, and then you get in those classes and you're like, I'm really feeling led to maybe go do something else. And it's a career tech program. And let's say it's culinary arts. You enroll in culinary arts. That will cover the cost of your culinary arts tuition. And let's say you still have some time with us and you want to enroll in another certification program and double up on certifications. As long as you're within that 5-semester time frame, you'll have that scholarship, and as long as you're meeting the GPA requirements.
That's unbelievable. That really is unbelievable. But I do have some of their questions I want to get to, and some of these are great. This is from Shemaya Walker, and these are all seniors. This is from Shemaya Walker, and she asked, after I apply, how long does it take to know acceptance, to know her acceptance status, and then if I withdraw, how would I go about applying again?
Okay, so definitely tell me if I'm not answering the second part of that question. But the first question is, once you submit the application, as long as you don't have any holdups, and the application will tell you if you need to contact our admissions department if you have some type of error. But I will tell y'all this, you're going to be accepted right when you submit the application. So when you go to the Enroll Now link, and you can follow the steps within the document, you can actually go print your acceptance letter right then and there. It's going to be posted for you. You'll also receive a cute little acceptance packet in the mail within a week or two. But if you are doing an application with us and you are already in our system as a dual enrollment, dual credit student, you will still need to go and update your application to a first-time freshman application, because by the time you get to us, fall to 2022, that's crazy to say, you will have transitioned from a dual credit student to a first-time freshman. So make sure you look out for that. A lot of times we have people assume that their application is good because you're already doing classes with us. But this puts you in a different classification. Now, for your question regarding withdrawing, is that after classes start, or if you've done the application and you change your mind?
Yeah, she's asking if she withdraws in the middle of the semester.
Right. So we do have a certain time frame when a student can actually go and withdraw from courses. And the reason we do that, you can't, start classes and then after 2 weeks decide. Now you can administratively withdraw, but in order to effectively withdraw from each class, you have to wait till the withdrawal date. But if a student has a concern, or if some type of circumstance that, whether it be medical, or if you're going to do, a program within, the military or things like that, we do try to work with our students, but we also do try to encourage our students to stay in those classes instead of withdrawing right away when the classes start.
Okay. This is from Aquarius Harris. He's one of our athletes here at Velma Jackson. This is a great question because we have 3 current Velma Jackson students, or 3 current Holmes athletes that are Velma Jackson graduates, 2 in basketball and 1 in football. But he is asking, and this is for anybody in any sport, how hard is it to manage being an athlete on top of going to classes?
That's a great question. So I'll tell you, your coaches are going to stay on you, not only for your athleticism, but also for your academics. And that is a priority to us. So what I would answer that question was schedule a tour. I would let your tour guide on the Goodman campus, Miss Leslie Spell, know that you're interested in that particular sport, so that we can actually have you meet with a student, get a student perspective. I know that's what we do here with the soccer team, for the men and women's soccer team on the Ridgeland campus. That's the only sport that we host, and we're so excited to have an athletic group on our community campus. But
yeah, and just like Carrie Ellis signed with Tennessee.
Right, I know. So
awesome. And I actually graduated high school with her mom, so that was cool stuff. So yeah,
awesome. So I would encourage you to be very specific, whether it's football, basketball, baseball. If it's someone in our choral department, we offer an awesome group called Connection and the Chorale Singers. So if you're interested in those types of things, that's why it's so important to schedule a tour and see how those departments work, you know, the requirements, the rehearsal times, the things that they require of those students. But, you know, I think it's pretty fair in saying that as long as, you know, you're trying and doing what you can, that your instructors are going to work with you and your coaches are going to work with you. And our number one goal is for the student to succeed. And so whatever that takes, that's what we're going to make happen.
That's awesome. This is from Alayla Middleton, and she has her heart set on becoming a nurse. And she's asking about what are the benefits of the nursing program at Holmes?
Yes. Okay. So we have so many health related programs, and I'm going to get back to our page where all those are listed. I want to say it's 4 and 5. Okay. So if you wanted to come in and do pre-nursing and just get some basics out of the way without enrolling in one of our programs, you definitely could. And you'll see that we have, again, this big health science umbrella. We offer the pre-nursing. So if I click on pre-nursing, it's going to show you, and hopefully you can see this.
Yeah, we see it.
Okay, great. The first year and the second year, so you can see what kind of classes you're going to be taking. So again, the benefit here is that you're going to be getting an awesome, solid foundation for these math and science courses that you're going to need throughout your program. And hopefully you can still see my screen.
Yep.
Within these career technical programs over here, these are extremely short term. So for example, our licensed practical nursing program is 3 semesters and then you're done. You go out into the workforce, you get that experience, make sure it's what you really want to do. And then at that point, if you decided that you wanted to progress, you could then bridge over into our associate degree nursing program. Or if you wanted to start with the associate degree nursing program, this is only a 2-year program. And then those students, once they complete that program and test, they are RNs, they're registered nurses out in the working field. So the benefit is you're going to be getting that quality education without having to commit, you know, an extensive amount of time to go out and actually work in that field. Now, from that point forward, if you wanted to progress and keep getting certifications and keep climbing the ladder within that profession, you absolutely could. And again, with the same with emergency medical services, surgical technology, I feel like surgical technology is one that a lot of people, they know it's there, but they don't think about it. So Surg Tech, if you are interested in high adrenaline, being in the ER or being in a specialty clinic, like a burn clinic or a cosmetic reconstructive surgery, things like that, these are the folks that go in there post-op and pre-op and make sure the conditions are set up. For that particular surgery. You can go into a specialized area, like I said, but a lot of people don't think about Surg Tech. And so these are the kind of jobs that are out there. If you are looking in that field and you graduate through these programs, and I'll tell you guys that Holmes has a great reputation with all of the healthcare industries and businesses in the area and extending out of the area for their students being extremely prepared.
Absolutely. This is from Christian Sanders, and he's asking, how would a student stand out on campus?
Ooh, I love that question. By getting involved. Absolutely. I think those students who do well academically and also want to give back to their community and to their campuses, by getting involved, your instructors have opportunities to make nominations for special recognition on campus, and that's what they're going to look for. A well-rounded student, someone who is getting involved in going outside of the norm of what a student would do. So that doesn't even have to mean like being the president of every single organization, but someone who has a positive attitude, who's pulling their weight in the classroom, and also giving back within their community. And that's what community college is all about, you guys. We want to serve our community, and we want that to be something that our students also emulate.
Yeah, and I know we're almost out of time, and we thank you so much for joining us today. But one thing that I think you guys can really offer is that, especially for us out here in the country, we're used to the small classes. You're not going to have the 400 and 500 people in a class at Holmes Community College. You're going to really have that individual attention and the close knit of all the programs. So I think these students watching now and watching later need to understand they have to find the best academic or career pathway that's easiest for them to learn. And
Absolutely.
I think you guys can really offer that atmosphere at an unbeatable value.
Yeah, and I'm glad you bring up class size. I can't believe I didn't mention that. Our average class size is around 25 to 30 students.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's unheard of in the college level.
Yeah, so we're comfortable in size, so you'll get to know your instructors, which is great if you're doing what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, and even some of our students at at Germantown, Madison Central, that's larger schools. You go to a major university, that's overwhelming to some people. To be in a class that big, it was overwhelming for me, and I graduated with 560 at Madison Central. So it could be overwhelming if that's not something you're prepared for, or something that you're used to. So that's really something that you guys can push. And I know you talked about your nursing program. I have friends that have gone through your nursing program and said those people they went through are their best friends because they became so close in the way they worked the program together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Lifelong friends found, roommates, all kind of great opportunities through those programs.
Yeah, and we thank you so much. So if you want to just put your information on the screen one more time, so everybody can have your contact information. And I know my friend Pamela Fells over there as well on the academic side that can also get some information to them as well. But we want to make sure everybody has your info because you are on the original campus, especially our friends over there with the original High Titans.
Yes, absolutely. And for those students who are not at Germantown or at Ridgeland, Miss Leslie Spell is going to be your point of contact. So, but you're always welcome to contact me too. But if you ever see Miss Leslie Spell in your hallways and she's smiling at you, she is our Goodman recruiter, and she will be calling on you guys, and she's excited to talk to you too.
That's awesome. And we thank you so much for joining us today. I know you got a busy schedule, but we thank you for making some time for us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. You have a great day.
Thanks. You too. Bye, y'all.
See you.